Okay, I got to reach all the way over here to turn that into a best of 7, but it is a best of 7. Spawning here to the top left, he is the player representing from Germany, the blue Protoss Showtime! And his opponent at the bottom right. The thermostat has been turned high. The heat is on. And this Team Liquid player spawns red. It's uThermal. Did they play in Nation Wars? I don't know. I actually haven't been keeping track in a lot of Nation Wars. I've only caught a couple of the matches that have been made available to me. So I don't know if they've played recently. I don't know what their records look like. But I do know that both players have some pretty jaded thoughts on TVP. So I'm not going to start talking about balance. And I can't even predict a favorite. So we're going to do... Oh, God. We never do this because it's too powerful. It's not something we should unleash into the world, but 8-ball. Will uThermal win these finals? The 8-ball says, are you kidding? I'm going to take that super sarcasm, passive aggressiveness to infer that the 8-ball predicts Showtime wins. We'll see if that actually ends up happening or not. Also, Dodo Bird King, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Welcome back. Now, a little bit of harassment from this probe has been a bit annoying, but as you can see, uThermal's kind of dealt with it pretty handily. It does suck losing another worker to deal with this, but with the Reaper about to spawn, I don't think he's going to be worrying about the probe for too much longer. It's not like he's trying to hide tech or a fast third CC or anything like that. I also like this style of walling off. It kind of gives you a bit of a safer tech lab, which is usually a bit of a weak point in the wall. Or reactor, I guess, the same difference. Nomas chooses to interpret it as the 8-ball has called a 4-0, just unsure as to which. I don't think that's the case. I think the 8-ball is pretty clear. He thinks Showtime's going to win this. And, well, I think it's just more that he doesn't think uThermal will win this. But here's the scary thing. The 8-ball has only ever been incorrect one time. In all the times we've consulted the 8-ball, it's only been incorrect once. An astoundingly high prediction rate out of the 8-ball. So we'll see if that ends up being the case here or not. A safe bunker coming down at the front of uThermal's base. He hasn't scouted anything, I think, that scared him, per se. He just wants to play it safe, which you can't blame him for as we get through to the finals. He is coming off of a pretty heated set. Showtime's had the last hour or so to just kind of relax, watch, maybe play in a casual ladder game. Honestly, I don't know what these guys' rituals are. Reaper right now doesn't have an easy way back to the base. The way Showtime built this is a good way to deny scouting. So wouldn't mind on the other side of the map, and that Starport's going to probably carry that thing with a couple of his friends to do some drops. It's not just common, it's like the most common thing we see with a lot of TVP openers. One thing that was trending for a little bit that I was a big fan of was Banshee play, but I don't know if we're going to see that in the series or not. We might in like game 3 or something a little bit down the line, but I don't know if it'll be the first one we run into. Either way, that hallucination is not going to actually quite trigger the Widow Mine, but it does get full scouting, which is nice. But is this a fake out? He's building 2 barracks in direct sight, but nope, with the tech labs coming down, this will be a swap over from Marauders, so I don't think we're going to see anything weird like mech, not in this game. The 8-ball gives a lot of shit answers. Yes, it's a joke thing, guys, obviously. It's like horoscopes. You choose to interpret it how you interpret it, right? But the Widow Mine drop is going to give him some scouting. It's got some possible damage. I don't think Showtime's going to take much from this, and in fact, uThermal might not even get in there. But going back to this, I do like... Oh, it's +1 weapons coming out really quick, too. This is going to be a really good push timing following this up. And right now, Showtime's going for double forges, which... Okay, once upon a time, this was a really greedy move for Protoss to make. I think they can manage it a lot more nowadays, especially with things like shield batteries to help bridge the gap in their defense. but 2 forgers and a third. This is so much money invested in not army that if uThermal is gearing up for a really big timing with stim and +1, and I think he is, I think Showtime's not going to have an army to defend against it. At least not the type that he needs. Nick Bolton! Thank you for having a very easy name to pronounce. I appreciate that about as much as I appreciate that Twitch Prime. Thank you so much, dude. So you guys can't ask the 8-ball questions like, who will win? You have to ask, like, yes and no answers. So, like, will Classic win BlizzCon? It can answer that. But if you just ask it, like, who? It doesn't know names. It's a real basic thing. Still, this medevac very patiently waits for an opportunity to go in, but as you can see here, it's not quite going to be able to. Well, Riff can mispronounce names more than 10 times. Like, come on. Come on! Alright, pushes these stalkers out of the base. But this is that push timing I was talking about. What Showtime really wants to do is just pick away at a Marine or 3 and walk back. Oh. If he were to drop Widow Mines right here, this would actually be so sick for setting up a line in the sand to catch those stalkers on the retreat, but he was a little slow to that, so not going to be the case. But he does have 3 medevacs here, 4 or 5 or so Widow Mines. This is actually a really scary fight for Showtime. I want to be clear, like, this could be game over if Showtime mishandles this. Those force fields are pretty good. uThermal continues to run around them. He splits his armies on this. And keep in mind, this Widow Mines still haven't gone off yet, so we can walk him right into that back line. Marauders firing strong from the back two from uThermal's side. No Zealots coming to the front lines, because if they do, they get targeted down by the Widow Mines, but it doesn't matter. The Immortal falls. The Stalkers go down. Those Warpins aren't even completing. uThermal absolutely dominating Showtime. GG. uThermal takes game number 1. Yo, Jules TV, thank you for the 5-month resub as well. And as we get towards the end of the show today, guys, well, first off, we're not done yet. I don't want to make this sound like we're done. uThermal won the game. Showtime now gets map pick, by the way, because it is loser's pick. But real quick, if you enjoy the show, I really hope you consider following the channel. You know, we got a YouTube channel, we got a Twitter, all these other things, and they're all free, great ways to support a streamer. Just follow them on all their social media stuff. But in particular, if you're liking what you're seeing here today, I hope you'll come back for more. I hope you hit the follow button so you can participate and not miss out, because I do a lot of Starcraft too. I do a little bit of World of Warcraft streaming now, not like full-time or anything, but I do a lot of Starcraft too. So if you're liking Starcraft too, again, I hope you follow. I hope you come back for more. But I'm just getting this lobby hosted up, so give me 1 second here as we hop into Acropolis. My throat is getting mad at me. My throat is not upset with the amount of yelling I'm doing right now. But okay, both players are ready, so let's hop into Acropolis. No vetoes used yet as we get to game number 2. And Epax, thank you for the 500 bits. He says, I always come back for more. All right, let's... Oh, please tell me I'm not already at my limit. We got this best of 7 to get through. Come on, voice. Just a little bit further, dude. Okay, game number 2 in this best of 7. An exciting flourish of a blitz attack got this guy 1 point on the board. To the top left, it's Team Liquid's Blue Terran, uThermal. And to the bottom right, the red Protoss Showtime. Yell louder, your dots can crit now. If my dots could crit, I would lose my voice over that. But real quick, again, like I just mentioned, follow the channel if you guys aren't already. Be sure to check out our sponsors, DFY Esports, right? They're putting on this awesome tournament. They've got that giveaway going for the iPad. And just on the off chance you out there are a young entrepreneur, right? You're looking for a way to build links and increase SEO. You need website design, merch. They also do all that stuff too. DFY links, DFY Esports. Be sure to check them out. And of course, nothing but love and gratitudes for them sponsoring this tournament and putting it on for us to enjoy. But yeah, definitely follow the channel if you guys aren't already. And I guess before the game gets too far underway, if you are subscribed or would like to consider subscribing, we do send replays out exclusively to our subscribers and Patreon supporters. So if you want to get it for a little bit cheaper through Patreon, high five, you do you. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you will get access to all that stuff through Discord. Probes continue to be very annoying. Not really a lot you can do about this early. Feels like we're watching Beast of the Hill. Instead of a red dot, it's the natural base they're fighting over. Now, I think a little bit of why Showtime really fell prey to that attack, though, was just he scouted it. He knew that it was coming, right? Like, he saw the extra barracks coming down. And I think no matter what league you're in, if you see 2 barracks going right down next to 2, like a starport and a factory combo, it's almost like guaranteed there's going to be 2 tech labs, marauders, and a blitz like that. I don't know what Showtime would have done differently because I am not a Protoss player, so putting myself in his shoes is a little bit difficult to say. But I think a couple of small sloppy mistakes hurt him leading into that final battle. And it may have just still gone the same way either way. But for example, the Soccer's getting caught around uThermal's natural, right? He didn't get to just pick off 4 or 5 Marines with no repercussions. He lost a Stalker. I think small moves like that just end up really compiling, especially when it's against players who are really good at the game. Because keep in mind, for those who are maybe not in the know, these are some of the best non-Korean players we have playing in these finals. Is uThermal the best Terran player in the world? No. Is Showtime the best Protoss player in the world? No. There is no best person when it comes to racials in StarCraft 2. But these guys are among the best. There's no question about it. Why is uThermal called Thermostat? I don't know. That's his Nation Wars name, apparently. I love it. I don't care. We know who it is. Yo, Future, what's up, man? You come to cheer on your boy uThermal? Speaking of good Terrans. Alright. I don't know if we're going to have the same thing. This is definitely not the same build by any means, so I don't think we're going to go for a blitz. We don't have an engineering bay. There's not going to be some big timing push with this. For now, it's a Cyclone and a Viking, and these 2 things combined will deny pretty much all scouting and any warp prisms. So this will be a nice, safe way for uThermal to play back at home. But Showtime is going to give some pressure at some point. He's got Blink on the way. Blink will be really good at helping catch medevacs. It can sometimes start jumping into the main base, but you don't have this jump here, so I don't think he's going to be using this too aggressively. It's just too far. Can't make that shot. Third base out of Showtime. I would love to see like a late macro TVP. I do feel like on average, and I could be wrong on this one, but I'm curious what you guys think too. I feel like a lot of the TVPs we watch tend to be on the shorter side. Like mid game, early game, rarely late game. We don't have too many like mass carrier, mass Templar versus like EMP battles exactly that go off anymore. And that's not a bad thing. It just means more exciting early game content. Well, no gimmicks for Mac Stim, about halfway done. And of course, with the Viking and Cyclone on patrol, there's 0 chance that a medevac's going to get through this. What is this picture, Alpha? Oh, that's uThermal's photo he's using for Nation Wars. That is amazing. Big Gabe sent me. Dude, Big Gabe is amazing and an awesome person. And you know what I hate? You know what? We're all propping up Big Gabe. I need to knock this guy down a peg. Because Big Gabe is too big for his own good. I am a fat, tall son of a gun. And Hero Marine is a tiny, little fit German guy. And we went to BlizzCon last year. And the EU team took us out to dinner. And we went to this pizza place. And we all ordered like one small pizza. And I couldn't even finish mine. Loco couldn't finish his. Winter, I think, ate all of his. Hero Marine not only ate a whole pizza, he went back for seconds and got another one. And I'm just sitting there so mad. I'm like, You are half my size. How can you eat twice the amount I eat, and yet I'm the fat piece of shit? Big Game bullies people just by being him, okay? Just by being himself. Nah, Hiramuri is great. That guy is so nice. I don't know a single person who's ever had anything negative to say about him. That is rare. He's a nice guy. So if you sent anyone my way, shout out to Big Game. Super, super seriously. Thank you. But okay, as we move on through the middle of the map, we do have Marines in quite large quantity. We see the Soccer's trying to harass at this on the mini-map. Sorry, I was a little curious what's happening over here. Viking lands. Viking, of course, shoots out screwdrivers. That's why it deals 20 damage to mechanical units. Shreds apart 5 of the probes. Force fields are not here on the ramp where he needs them to be. Now comes in a little bit late, but the Zealots already chewed away. Checking in on the Stalkers on the backside. No problemo for uThermal, and Showtime is struggling to fend off this Terran player. But he does hold for now. uThermal's taking a third base while this goes on. He's a bit behind economically for that, but I mean, that's kind of expected. Between Chrono Boost and probes, usually the Protoss player will be a bit ahead. German engineering, explains Gabe. Oh my god, is he a Terminator? Is he a Terminator, guys? Did I not know? Alright, Stims in. Force fields are good. Helps shred apart a lot of the Marines. He saves a couple of them with that medevac pickup, though, which was nice. Liberator pushing forward 2. Widow Mines. There's about 4 of them off of cooldown. So 4 of them ready to go. Tough fight to have here, but this is looking pretty good. He takes out the Liberator. That's good for Showtime, but uThermal's up like twice the army supply and then some. Let's not forget, those Widow Mines popping off from like mini EMPs. Pouncing on top of the Immortal. I mean, Concussor Shells is doing a hell of a job here. Super winnable. GG. uThermal takes game number 2. And these attacks are brutal and fast, and it's just proven to be very difficult to deal with for Showtime. But folks, it is a best of 7, and there's quite a few games still, even if this is one-sided. But I just want to point out, I just want to say, the 8-ball predicting a 4-0 might not be incorrect. Okay, I'm not saying it out loud because I don't want the universe to hear, but uThermal is looking real good right now. Now, it is Showtime's map pick, as he's got loser selection, so we'll give him a moment to figure out what he wants to get in on. I'm going to take us to a small commercial break, and we'll be back in a few moments while we get into the next game. So thank you for watching. Be back soon. Also, look, I don't know if I made troll in chat. Is the sound okay? I'm assuming the sound's okay because I don't see a lot of people complaining, but I see one guy complaining a lot. Let me know in the chat while we're on commercial. Okay, so I did mention there is 1 per player pocket veto, and uThermal just used his on. Oh shoot, I remember. Was it Ephemeron? I already forgot. But the point is, uThermal has just used his veto. So not only is he up 2-0 in the series right now, he's like big dicking it on Showtime. So Showtime has had one of his maps removed from the map pool entirely. Feels bad, man. But we hop into game 3. Spawning to the top right with some really strong blitz moves against Protoss. We have the Team Liquid player, uThermal. And his opponent to the bottom left, the red Protoss, Showtime. What map did he veto? You know what? I am... How do I look at that? Oh, whoops. Nope. What? Chat. Thunderbird got vetoed. So Thunderbird's been removed from the map pool entirely, which means unless we reset the map pool, no games can be played on Thunderbird. So I know there's a little confusion about this sometimes, but just to be clear, that's not like a one-map veto, like, okay, then Showtime can pick it after this one. It's gone. It's out. Kaputskis. No Thunderbird at all. Now, I don't know if uThermal did that because he was particularly afraid of that map, because that map had back mineral patches and so does this one, or if he was just doing it to mess with Showtime. Because we've actually seen that a couple of times through our tournaments, because we are very unique and this is our veto system, no one else does it like this. We've seen some players do that specifically just to mess with somebody who's down in the series. So there's a possibility that may have influenced why he vetoed that map. Yeah, some of you know who I'm talking about. Also, Dark Templar, I don't know if I got your resub or not, but thank you for the 23 months. Again, my alerts and my chat for Twitch keeps borking out, so if I'm missing messages or anything like that, I do apologize to everybody. But again, thank you for joining me here for the finals as I focus, oddly, more on the games than the chat, which feels weird, I know, but somebody out there must be appreciating it, I'm sure. Here I am, not monologuing about how much I love anime, right? Although... Alright, Reaper's going to get a nice scout on the other side of the field. Probably not going to get too much for damage, but vision is sometimes more valuable than any amount of probe kills. Sorry, I'm new here. What is the rally boss thing? If you're watching on mobile, you can play this too, but if you're watching on browser, you scroll down below the stream and there's a little mini boss. It's a mini game you can play. It's a community thing. We're all fighting the same boss together. It's not like Bit Boss where you have to pay money to play. You just play it. It's free. It's fun. It's cute. And it's got memes from the channel. If you're playing on mobile, somewhere in the top right of your chat, there should be a little red box. It looks like a little 3D red box. If you click that, you can play the rally thing on mobile too. Excuse me. Had to cough twice there. Alright, Reaper gets picked off, but sees the Stargate before dying. It also gets to see what's being built out of the Stargate because... yeah, it's wonderful. You can zoom in. I guess this isn't a great example from his vision, but if you do zoom in, you can see the outline of what's being cooked up there. And in this case, it's an Oracle. That combined with a couple of Adepts could be really annoying for the SCV lines, but with 3 Marines in the bunker at the front and a Cyclone in the main base, I don't think this will be very problematic to defend against at all. The only way you can save me, Mellow Yellow, is with bits or subscriptions. I'm just saying. But yeah, the amount of Marines right now would struggle to deal with the Adepts and an Oracle. They could take on one or the other, but not both. That's why he's got to split this, and that's where that bunker is really, really valuable. Yeah, Oracle going to fly right on by. Cyclone should get the lock on. Revelation tags the bases. Revelation's such a nice skill. If you don't know what it looks like, here's a quick preview. You can see not the vision of the building, but you can see the vicinity of things that have Revelation on them. So right now, he doesn't see the huge base, but he sees the Viking leave the starport if he's looking type thing. Third base out of Showtime too, by the way. That's a really quick third. Mellow Yellow, thank you for the 200 bits. I'm feeling so much safer already. There's no way Rifkin would lie to me. I mean, I guess it's not really untrue, because if you give me bits, then I can afford rent, then I'm not on the street, and I'm safe and sound, so thank you. Only mild scams on Base Trade TV. Also, I don't know the name of this man's, but we just had the sickest follow name. Hang on, it's going to come up in a second. I want to try and say it. It's going to be so bad. Ludwig von Tortolin. I'm sorry. That's probably not how you say it, but that's a fun name to read. Thank you for the follow, dude. The Adept's going to continue casting their shades in. He's really just hoping to catch the depots down. But uThermal's not being too complacent or lazy about this, which is good. However, it's worth noting all of this has kept uThermal stuck at home for a period of time, where this is not a game where he actually wants to be active on the map just yet. He is going for another +1 stim timing, which will maybe not have Marauders with it in large quantity, but look what he's cooking up. It's a big army that's staying in the main base, trying not to show itself to those Adepts. So add in 4 to 6 Widow Mines, you get a bunch of Marines with stim. It might just be another blitz move game. Okay, Revelation's a good tag. This one grabs a lot of the army. Sadly, there's no way to get rid of it. You can't cleanse it. You're just stuck revealing yourself for some time. This will give Showtime a lot of very, very important knowledge in terms of what the army looks like. He's also gone for some Phoenix. These will be really nice for scooping up the Widow Mines. You know, I didn't talk about this at the start of the game, but perhaps I should have, where, you know, Showtime has now encountered a couple of games where he knows what the aggression out of uThermal looks like. What does he do to make it work? Because clearly, what he's done in the first couple games has not worked. And I think getting aggressive with Phoenix and having these as tools are going to help out a little bit. Obviously, he'd love to be picking up SCVs right now, but what he needs to do is be able to pick up... he needs to be able to pick up Widow Mines. Losing that's going to hurt a lot. Scoop the Widow Mines out of the ground, and suddenly charge lots are viable all over again, but this is still a big push coming out of uThermal. Widow Mine here, lots of Marines there. 33 Marines to be precise. They've got +1. They target fire down the Phoenix, take him out of the fight, so they don't get to take care of the Widow Mines. Widow Mines get big splash damage on the Zealots. Now he's in full retreat because he overstimmed. A lot of damage done there to those Marines. But that attack looks so scary, so fast. And I don't know who that would have gone for if uThermal had stood his ground and fought, but that would have been a big fight one way or the other. I think disengaging was the right call. Not to mention the Archon got a big blast off there too, I think on the heart of the Marines. So a little bit of stim, a little bit of damage. Either way, it all adds up to too much hurt. But those Widow Mines got some fantastic shots, and uThermal's now up almost 20 army supply. Okay, more like 10 army supply. But the point is he's up in a type of supply that's really good. A lot of what Showtime here through these Zealots, if this micro could actually favor him, but if he just charges forward as we saw in that previous engagement, it won't. We have an Oracle diving it through the south side too. It wants to tag this army again. This vision that it can get is so valuable. Risking losing the Oracle is always scary, but again, knowing where Thermostat is, or excuse me, Thermal is at all times, is incredibly valuable. God, if I start reading his name as Thermostat, I'm going to be so mad at myself. That's just autopilot right there. But, oh, we're cooking up a lot of libs that have so far not been revealed. Funny enough, through the revelations that have been cast, he has not seen the main army that uThermal seems to be hiding at his natural ramp. Not yet, at least. A couple SCVs go down, but Marines quickly respond, so not really big losses. If we're taking a look at the income graph really quick, it should show Showtime pretty definitively ahead. He had that third base down so fast in this game. His probe count is at 67, and beyond that, he's taking a fourth base. Money won't be a problem for Showtime, which means he might have unlimited warp-ins, and then maybe he can just outlive the Widow Mines. Treat them like killbots from Futurama. Just throw men at them until they reach their preset kill limit. This is a much more even army fight, and in fact, I would even say favors Showtime a little bit, because Showtime might not have Storm, but what he does have are Disruptors. Pumping out 2 at a time, that could be some serious damage on uThermal if he's not careful. Oh, and this sellout run by is looking for a fourth base, but it doesn't exist. uThermal did not go for another base. He went for a lot of army. These are going to help cut off reinforcements, though, which is a big deal. uThermal's a big fan of rallying units down the middle of the map. Doesn't quite get the Disruptor there. He is dragging and baiting Showtime really hardcore, though. Showtime keeps walking like into the Liberators, for example. Meanwhile, at the cost... Oh, an Archon goes down. All at the cost of like a single Marine. But I think what Showtime's doing best is he is with this rally. You know, these 5 Zealots are cutting off the entire reinforcement line of uThermal. Oh, my God. I almost had like a heart attack. I thought I was going to hit the army dead center. Alright, the Zealots have finally been cleaned up. This killed 8 SCVs. No, you know what? It's not even finally cleaned up. Oh my God. These 5 Zealots are winning the game so much harder for Showtime than anything else. And uThermal's not even looking back home anymore. He's just dancing on the front line. So loses all the Widow Mines. His Bioforce, there's no way it's big enough to push through this. Not with +2 weapon or armor done. And he's losing everything. This is so infuriating to watch. He didn't even bother trying to pull the SCVs. He just sacrificed them all to the Blood God while he hoped to whittle away at the army down here to the south. But that's where money, that's where warp-ins. I think uThermal's, I hate to say it, I think he lost this game to those 5 Zealots. They cut off so many of the reinforcements. He's got no front line, he's got no economy, GG's get called, and, well, Showtime takes the game. Why does it, whoops, sorry. I keep getting excited hitting the wrong button. But Showtime takes the game. So uThermal will be the one with map pick this time around. Almost perfect. All right, game number 4. Swap these scores, get this sorted, because he now has 1 point on the board. To the bottom right, the German wall. It's Showtime. And to the top left, the Red Terran from Team Liquid. uThermal. And I'm sorry for no fancy camera spins. I'm actually just tabbed out trying to address something else real quick, but here we go. All right. So no vetoes used yet out of uThermal. He's still, excuse me, out of Showtime. Showtime still has his vetoes. This was uThermal's map pick. Boxer VIT, thank you for the 2-month Twitch Prime sub. Welcome back. As Showtime starts setting up something here to the top, he is going to get a little cheesy. This is not a funny pylon, you know, mind games or anything like that. He is dedicating a proxy. The location of this is really interesting, though, because this, to me, reads more like a Robo proxy than a Stargate proxy, but we'll see what his plans are. We did see him do Stargate proxies earlier today, but that was a different series and not against Terran. Oh, hold the phone. Forget what I said. We're going full on gateway all in, dude. This is, okay. This is one of those things where if uThermal goes for a command center at a regular time, he's really going to be punished for it. And it looks to be what he's doing. I mean, why wouldn't you, right? There's nothing suspicious to look for or at. Oh, and you know what's great? Showtime is putting up a really good act. This is exactly what he's done in all of the other games so far. So this has kind of lulled uThermal into a weird false sense of security. And in any other situation, if you knew this was coming, you would love to put the command center up on the high ground, because this will likely get canceled. You don't put a gateway out here and not use it, for example. So, you know, wait for warp gate. It's going to get chronoed out. The adept blocks across the field. It's super annoying. This Reaper is going to be huge. For uThermal, if he gets over there, the big thing he's going to see is this empty base. No second pylon, no natural base. Not knowing exactly what's out on the field. If he sees Chrono Boost go into warp gate, he might be able to guess then that it's gateways, but Chrono Boost didn't go into the warp gate. It went into the Stalker. Pumps it out over here. He'll kill this first SCV and anything else that tries to come and defend it. Because there's no Marines, there's no Marauders. The only thing on the field is this Reaper. This is bad for uThermal. This is going to be tilt-inducing for uThermal. One Marine's not going to cut it. He pulls a lot of SCVs. Now look, this looks like an overreaction, right? But he needs to finish this command center. If he ends up losing it because he has to cancel it, it is so much worse, I feel, than the lost mining from these SCVs. I don't know what the perfect response to this is, because I've seen a couple different approaches from a couple different Terrans, but I mean, that's a lot of lost mining. Income graph real quick. Look at that. Oh. Now, command center finishes. He doesn't have to cancel it, starts making an orbital, then he can lift it if he needs to in a pinch. For now, uThermal's okay, but this is still super annoying for him to deal with. And Showtime doesn't even have to commit that much to this. At any point, he could really disengage and just play off of his own natural base. Because even though this is done, it's not like uThermal's going to be building SCVs and mining here anytime soon. Well, he's building an SCV. I think it's crazy. Reapers continue to try and do some pressure on the other side of the map. No, just poking for scouting. The Adept's there to defend. Yeah, I don't know why that SCV got built there. It's a little crazy. Cyclone's really great for this situation. See him zone that out pretty well. Showtime's got Warp Gate. It's kind of a double down question now at this point. Does he warp in more units to continue the attack, or does he warp and recall back home? Looks like he's going to double down. It's not a terrible option, but I don't know. Once that bunker's up, I don't think there's any way for him to really get in here. This map doesn't have a lot of alternate options either. I mean, so you could blink up here, but it's probably going to be looked for. Another pylon down to the south. The Reaper still hasn't been caught at this point. Finally goes down. Chrono Boost in that blink. We'll finish that up here real quick. Maybe blinks past the bunker, but if he does, he's into the Cyclone, and that's bad too. I don't know what his plan is, but he's got another... I like the second gateway over here, actually. This is another just faster warp-in point, so if it turns out he can't keep fighting in the north, he's got another point to reinforce from without having to invest in like a Robo and a Warp Prism and what have you. Although those would be good to have, for sure. You just can't get them out nearly as fast as this. Has that been scouted, by the way? That pylon was revealed, but that doesn't tell too much right now. These Widow Mines can be a problem, as right now there's no detection in these bases. But there's already an observer on the field and another one coming out. Alright, Alright, Blink of the main picks off the Cyclone immediately. Target firing down these Marines is no problem. Inside a bunker, he can defend. Outside of a bunker, not looking so good for uThermal. SCV's pulled into the fight, but if Showtime needs to, he can just blink out of the base, right? It's coming off cooldown here in a moment. Oh, I don't know about that. That was an awkward blink on his part. Blinking in just kind of seals the deal on these 3 Stalkers. Now he's going to lose some probes back at home to those Widow Mines, but ultimately kills so many more SCVs. You can see him here just kind of picking the fight between the SCVs and the Marines. 18 of them dead. Trying to focus down the Marauder. That's a nice pick off over there. More SCVs pulled down from the natural base. Nothing inside that bunker. Stalker just kind of free firing over here as he does blink it back individually and blinks in even aggressively. I don't know how to feel about this. This is really good control on a Showtime, but it's also fucking gross to watch. Oh my god. 30 dead SCVs from this. The Stalkers at the main base do chase off the medevac out here. I think this is GG territories. We're at that time, folks. Good night, SCVs. Blink when controlled like this is pretty grody. There's the GG. Taps out, and Showtime has officially tied up the series now, 2-2. I gotta stretch. Make sure you guys do too. Stretching, drinking water. Don't sit around for too long. But it is uThermal's pick once again. And we'll find out what the next map is as soon as he gives it to us. Hopefully it won't take too long. How many new followers do we have so far today? Stream elements? Do tell. We are presently at 126 new followers. Hey guys. Okay, lobby is Winter's Gate. I'm hosting this up right now. Resub coming in from Denmark is the best. What's up, man? I feel like it's been a while since we've seen you. How you doing? Denmark is the best, guys. Thank you for the 7-month resub. Alright, Showtime's in the lobby. Let's gotta get Thermi in with us. Showtime still has not used his veto yet. Just again, making it clear that uThermal has. Showtime has not. So at some point, Showtime could veto and force a complete map reset, but we'll address that when we get there. If we get there. Okay, gonna hop into the map. Again, just a reminder about the prize pool for this. It is bigger than these numbers because we've raised the prize pool from $1,500 to $2,000, which is awesome. But these guys are playing for $600 and $400 respectively. First place for $600, second place for $400. Now, we've raised an excess of approximately 300 or so funds, or 500, or whatever the math number is. Sorry, I'm at the end of a long cast, guys. But whatever the value is, we will split it up. We'll divvy it up amongst the ranks. It might not all be evenly spread out, but we will spread out that extra money. So, again, those values on that page are the minimums of what these folks will walk away with. But the real numbers will be determined after the tournament has come to a close, so we know exactly how much money we're working with here. But game number 5, best of 7, going the distance, and in the bottom right, once more, it's Showtime. To the top left, we have the red Terran player. It is uThermal. Melty, if you missed out on this yesterday, I'm not gonna like shame you for timing out, but just to give everyone the update in case you guys also weren't here yesterday. Here's my thoughts on this, the whole Hong Kong thing, right? The situation sucks. There's no good way to look at it, right? And I know that by saying don't put anything in the chat, it's just going to encourage people to put things in the chat. So here's the compromise I'm going to make with you guys. We're going to meet you 50-50 on this one, okay? Everyone gets one. You get one statement about how much you feel about the situation. And then after that, if you start spamming, it's timey outy, okay? So it's one of those things where get it out of your system. After that, if you want to be a dick, that's when you get banned and timed out. So hopefully that compromise is fine. Yesterday it worked out really well. I think we timed out like one person all day from it. So again, if you got to get out of your system, do it now. Type it in the chat. And then after that, just chill out and enjoy the rest of the games of Starcraft. But I do want to make it very, very, very clear. The situation for me is so separate from Starcraft. It is not at all, to me, tied with Starcraft. I don't agree with the whole cancel culture, and I think that while maybe Blizzard didn't handle the situation really well, the fact that people want to come here and tell me that they're canceling their subs or unfollowing the channel because they don't want to support this content, I think that's just bullshit, to be honest. And I don't support that in the slightest. So again, I'm all for you guys expressing freedom, opinion, and all that, but at the end of the day, don't be a dick, right? Plain and simple. But there's one really easy way now to clear the chat. So you got it. So see, you know what? You got it out of your system. I can see the trolley statements. I can't say I agree with any of them. What I can say is that we got a mode-only mode for a bit. All right, there you go. Let's get this shit out of the chat now. Any smilers, guys? Any kappas? Any hearts? Hit me with your favorite emote on Twitch. Do it now. And if anyone types a Juggernaut Jason emote in the chat, please ban them immediately, promptly. Mr. Wabbit, thank you for the 4-month reset, dude. Oh, I like the Tendies emote. I see we got some Nate subs in the chat. I'm sorry that you guys are also wasting $5 a month on Nate. I do too, don't worry. Oh, this Mortal Pastry. We're gonna have to get a permanent ban on that guy. Oof. Imagine being subbed to Juggernaut Jason. Jugger, wow. And Jugger, why? Okay, look. I'm goofing around with chat, and I'm sorry for the sake of the VOD, because realistically, nothing too crazy's happened yet in this game. No insane build orders. I guess it's a little surprising that the Adept actually got to the top of the ramp, so we should note that. But otherwise, it's Widowmine drops. The second factory's noteworthy, but it's the second barracks too. So I don't know if this is to mess with Showtime, or I don't know what uThermal's actually investing in here. Okay. So, barracks. It's bio. I like bio. I like uThermal's bio. I think we're going to see some good bio this game. But what is worth noting is that while these Widow Mines boost across the field and they're looking for kills, uThermal hasn't had a lot of scouting up to this point. He ducked in, he saw the natural base, but beyond that, this Reaper's probably going to commit suicide trying to get in there to see what's going on. Unfortunately, this has been walled off. You can sometimes hop over this with a grenade. Oh my god, these Adepts are so annoying. You can sometimes hop over this with a grenade, but so far that's not the case. He's focusing more on the Widow Mine drops. And 3 of them do land, but I don't know how many of them are going to connect. If he can get this medevac out alive, that's like the best case scenario. But that's an easier said than done thing. And that Reaper continues to relentlessly attack a Cybercore. It's actually got it at about 50% health. Like, we're actually in this period where if Showtime doesn't respond to that soon, he may lose his Cybercore if he's not careful. But the Reaper's going to pull back, so it won't be an issue at all. Forward probes, a little bit of mining loss, but not worth the medevac dying. Feels a little bit bad. I want an observer over top of the army, sees everything that uThermal's doing right now. Stampede. Oh, I see we got some sippers. Okay, here's how we unlock sub mode, guys. I want to see a 5-sip combo. If we get 5 sips in a row, it doesn't have to be my sips. It could be any streamer's sips. If we get a 5-sip combo, I will take off of mode-only mode. But thanks for the resub, dude. You fools keep interrupting the sips. Are there any sippers? I want some sippers in my chat. Chug? I don't know. Does chug count as sipping? That's like the opposite. Sip's like a tiny little... A chug's more like... I don't know what that sound was. I regret making that. Alright, medevac's picked up. Gonna boost around the map. Not big drops out of this. And he left the Widow Mines behind, interestingly enough. But this was scouted by those stalkers. Well, excuse me, by the observers. The stalkers responded kind. Picks off the medevac, 3 or 4 Marines inside of it. Feels a little bit bad, man. If only it scanned. If that observer wasn't there, that was an easy sneak out of the base. But oh my god, I love these skins so much. I know they got that Borderlands appeal, and that blue glow looks so good. Really, we can't get 5 sips, guys? Really? Y'all are so bad at this. You just want emote only mode? That's fine. Those are my conditions. Oh, the medevac getting picked off was huge. Yeah, he lost a stalker for it, but knocking down that medevac really hurts uThermal. Keep in mind, all these stims, there's nothing to heal them up. The widow mines are placed actually really nicely here. It's going to be difficult for him to snipe them off. Showtime, that is, but at the same time, uThermal can fall back through these zealots as they start charging in. Big shots pick off 4 or 5 of the zealots. More widow mines during the front line too. Not crazy big damage out of these widow mines, but good shots nonetheless. Oh, that's a 4 sip. There's the 5 sip combo. That's blood. I'll take it. All right, welcome back to the land of the living, guys. Their preferred term is juggerloos? No, if you're telling me for real, Jason calls his subs juggerloos, I'm actually gonna unsub to him. I can't. I do not want to be part of the juggerloos. Freedom! Yes, welcome back, guys. Oh my god, Libby B's sip emote is so cute. It's so small! Oh, Juggerlos. Sorry, I misread that. Juggerlos is not better, though. Let's be very clear about that. More like Jugger losers. Oh my god, that's so good. I'm gonna just start calling Jason subs Jugger losers. All right, sorry, got a little distracted by chat. Big attack on uThermal. Lots of widow mines, but they're all in the back line and not here to fight. But he doesn't need them, apparently. The Bioforce pushes through. uThermal is outgunned in terms of upgrades. It's 1-1 for Showtime. But I'm telling you, if even half of these widow mines get decent connections, this is a battle he can win. That's the whole point of kiting these backwards. Observer sees all of this, though, just sitting starkly above the army. While this goes on, looks like some Zealots have killed some SCVs on the other side of the map, but he's not looking to defend and recover. He's looking to continue pressuring. And this cost uThermal the last game, too, where it just he gave up, right? He just focused too much on the front lines. And if at some point Showtime just overwhelms the reinforcements, then that's GG. I mean, as well, this Bioforce is, the medevacs are empty. There's not a lot left to heal it up when they stim. There's a very aggressive blink forward into the widow mines, but good enough to push uThermal out of the game. Showtime taking a 3-2 lead, and now putting uThermal on his last. To be honest, if I'm gonna recommend you anyone one anime right now, I just finished watching Recovery of an MMO Junkie, and I loved it. And I hate that I loved it because I spent like I was on Twitter so mad because I had no one to scream to in real life. I spent the last 50% of that anime screaming. Anyone who's seen the show knows what I'm talking about. Anyone who hasn't, go watch it. But don't get anime recommendations from me right now. I'm watching stupid bad shows. I will say this, though. Favorite anime of all time? Gurren Lagann. No question about it. If you haven't seen it, oh, fuck, it is so good. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're not here to weeb out. We are here to watch the finale for the DFY Star League Season 1. With over $600 up for grabs in first place, this man is one win away from locking it all down. To the bottom right, we have the blue Protoss, Showtime. The top left, we have the... Sorry. Do not watch Boku no Pico. If anyone recommends that to you in the chat, put them on ignore. They're not the type of person you want to associate with. But in the top left, we have the Red Terran, uThermal. And uThermal is not staying entirely at home. Seika no Quasar is another one of those shows you should people on ignore for if they recommend it to you. Stop it, guys. Can you watch some good shows? What is wrong with all of you? Iverson, thank you very much for the 44 months. What is this? You're equipping a WoW streamer? Stop it. Green Mile, thank you for the 3-month Twitch Prime. But yeah, I'm such a big Studio Trigger fanboy, guys. Like, okay, I'm gonna spit this real quick. If you want to watch something emotional and make you feel feels, go watch the movie Your Name. If you want something super cutesy, go watch only season 1 and only season 1 of Sword Art Online, or go watch Recovery of an MMO Junkie. And if you want something super action-packed that's gonna make you feel fucking amazing, go watch Gurren Lagann or Kill la Kill. And I know Kill la Kill starts weird, but trust me, it's got a good, strong finish. Vendethiel, thank you very much for the 31 months. Showtime will beat Beyond at BlizzCon. Mark my words. Wait, hang on. What did the 8-ball call? Wait a minute. Didn't the 8-ball say Showtime was going to win this series? I already forgot. Oh my god. Also, if you're getting new into anime, Rise of the Shield Hero and My Hero Academia are good, like, normie animes, I think, to start with. But okay, let's get. Ow! I just hit my hand. Anime out of my system. Let's continue on with this. This is concussive shells. These are marauders, and while these look really strong and powerful, you should be fully aware that these are defeated by a probe pull if done correctly. What about the Promised Neverland? Oh, you mean Chicken Run, the anime? No, Promised Neverland's fucking great, but seriously, it's the plot of Chicken Run. Oh wow, the shield battery was good enough too. All right, well, that's gonna be the most anticlimactic finals of all time. At least the final match. We had but in fairness, we did have really good games going into that. GG's. Showtime, I guess, takes it. Amazing.